Okay, hold on everybody. Just give me a second here. Okay, so just settle in, chat amongst yourselves. I'm just finishing out the Astro Doodle for this evening. Alrighty, here we go. So let's just check in, okay? Thanks for your patience while I get set up a little bit here. Greetings and good evening. This is Tarot Lumination, and I'm feeling a little bit, let's say, I don't know what the word is, shaky, vulnerable, a little concerned or something, I'm not sure what. And I didn't know what to do. I've just been kind of resting and trying to understand the energy that I'm feeling myself, which is proving to be a little bit of a challenge for me. And because I'm like you guys, I'm just as vulnerable to all of this stuff as all of you are. I hope you can see this okay. I've got some very, very low lighting in here tonight because I just can't handle all the lights and the lighting and all the technology, okay? And so just to fill you in a little bit, what I've had to do is, I'll just do it over here. I've been having to try and contain my energy, keep it into myself a little bit because I'm getting pulled in many different directions right now. The aspects in particular, in terms of the charts and everything, the astrological weather is having a very, I would say, strong effect on me. I feel it just like a weather vane, just like, you know, a storm chaser, just like people who are hypersensitive to, I don't know, you know, ghosts or allergies or, let's see, things that are very hard to describe. Hello, N. Edwards. I know what you're saying, deep breaths. I've actually been doing some relaxing for the last hour. And I was cuddled up with my new little furry friend, Bubba. And, oh, it was very, very soothing. And then I felt like I really do have to go on this evening, but I'm just going to keep it very muted. I'm not energy sick, but the energy that's out there, you know, when I do the astrodoodles, I see it as weather. I look at it simply just like it's weather, okay? I'm going to take my glasses off for a little bit because my eyes are very sensitive right now. And weather affects different people differently depending on your profile, the way you're made. Hello, Tina. Everybody's made differently. I have a brother, for example, who's a very, very strong Capricorn. But he also has a very strong Cancerian element in his nature. So one side of him is very, very sturdy, safe, very stable, very unshakable. Even in the most extremely traumatic conditions, he is very resilient. And at the same time, he has this very tender kind of Cancer element to his nature, which makes him very caring and very, very sensitive to the energies around him. And I don't know how he does that balancing act. We never talk about things like astrology or tarot or cryptocurrencies or politics or anything because we're on such different pathways and everything like that. But I still care for him very deeply, and he cares for me very deeply. It's just that everybody's different. So, you know, sometimes it's easy to scare yourself as well. So when I look at this, I know some of you are going to say, oh my God, it's the same old red ink everywhere. Path Traveler promised me that she was going to take away all my red markers because everybody's sick of this stuff, you know? This thing, we've seen it week after week after week after week. And it's still, hello Robin, I see you. And it's still here, this thing, okay? This thing that we've talked about many times on the Wednesday shows especially. I see this very much to do with fraud, deception, betrayals, lies, deceit, sickness, disease, abuse, almost everything negative and frightening that you can see in the world around you, with all the things to do with, the China virus and the lockdowns and the financial implosions across the world. It's catastrophic. Now, years ago, as you know, some of you know, I wrote that little book, and I predicted very precisely, that we would have a massive financial catastrophic implosion starting in January 2020. Where are we today? Okay? Everybody's different in how they're experiencing these things. There are a handful of people at the very, very top of the global society that are profiting astronomically out of this situation. And so it leads me and probably millions of other people to question what's actually going on here. Do you believe the stories that you're being told, or do you believe yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe your own perceptions? Are you willing to consider that the perceptions, the things that are being shown to you may not be true? You have to take that into account. So, as I said, luckily my cameras here are very, very sensitive, and they're capable to adjusting to the light, but it's actually very almost dark in here right now. But I have a little bit of light that allows, I'm hoping you can see this screen at least a little bit. So this is still happening right now. And this is still happening. This is still happening. This is the nodal axis. Okay, I should mark that a little bit more clearly. This is the north node over here in Gemini in about 20 degrees. And the south node is in about 20 degrees over here. Okay? And as some of you know, if you've watched my channel for a few years, or if you're deep into astrology and things like that, and I look at this as a weather chart. So when I see this over here, I see all the grandeur of humanity, all the wisdom and the collective knowledge and awareness of humanity piled up in a big, huge treasure chest right here. You can look at the history books and you can look at humanity and say, my God, look what we've done. We've come so far. We've done amazing things as human beings. We are wise, strong, powerful, adventurous, courageous, beyond belief. And we are still seeking new frontiers, continuing the journey, the expansion, the amazing opportunity that it is to be this thing called a human being today, right now. And yet, at the same time, we are being guided. Okay, there is actually a yod over here that's forcing us to understand that we are being guided. Hello, Starzy. To consider, what does this all mean? What does all this amazing wisdom, knowledge, capacity, experience, sense of, I almost like ordained wisdom, knowledge that makes human beings feel that we are such supreme creatures in the universe? What are we going to do with that back down here on Earth in our day-to-day lives? The actual practices of getting up in the morning and dealing with your day-to-day life, which for many people involves the transactions and the intercommunications between ourselves and each other, and between the global mass media and all the massive corporations and ourselves as individuals. And there are beautiful things happening at the same time as frightening things. You know, this is to me very scary stuff. This is very scary stuff when you have a very hard T-square like this on the nodal axis. What this is telling me is that we are being exposed to ourselves as humanity about how far that we have come in our adventure as human beings, and yet where are we today? What's happening, and what I see is that humanity Give me a second here. Sorry. There's very little light in here. Humanity has fallen in love with itself and realized how incredibly capable it is of certain things in certain ways. And that's to do with power, okay? Okay, we've talked about this before. All the Pluto power energy, Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn, Venus, Neptune, all of that. Hello, Heather. I see you. And what are we going to do with that? And so the powers that be, let's just say the elites, the people who control the status quo, have tremendous power, astronomical amounts of power, and they are using it to perpetuate their investments in how things work for them at the expense of we the people. And I don't like that. There are lots of other people, millions, in fact billions of people who are sick of it, just like me. And I'm so sick of it that I'm actually feeling sick because of all of this. It's very disturbing to me. I'm taking it very personally. And I'm trying to figure out, how am I personally going to deal with this? I mean, it's just another astrodoodle, okay? It's just another astrodoodle, but this one is affecting me a lot. I'm taking it very personally because I'm seeing it very clearly in my life, in my world, how I have been a victim of fraud. A very, very subtle, very powerful fraud, a betrayal for decades. And it's all being exposed now. And it's so despicable, it's so evil, and so unacceptable, and so frightening to me that it's making me feel sick, even though I am normally an extremely optimistic person against all odds. I've always been one of these people who feels as though I can handle anything, even though the reality is I'm actually physically, financially, emotionally, very sensitive, very fragile. I can easily be, let's say, disrupted, disabled, disempowered by people or events or circumstances or the weather. And right now this is very challenging for me personally to handle. So instead of just not doing a show tonight, I thought I better just share as much as I can. Right now, as you know, in America we've got this historical election coming up. What I'm noticing in my own world is that there's very little actually being talked about because we've reached a point of critical mass where the fraudsters, the propagandists, everybody who is aligned with one side of the equation have already stated their case, and as far as they're concerned, they have proven their rights to the throne, and they are assuming that they're going to take the throne. Over here on the other side of the equation, it's very, very obvious to tens, even hundreds of millions of people that a massive fraud has been perpetrated on the American people by these people. Okay? I'm making it very simple. It's these people or these people. I know which side I'm on, but sometimes it's very hard to understand these things. Depending on your life experience, how you were raised, what you believe, what you've been led to believe, and so on and so on. And so I've done as much homework as I know how to do in my life. I've been working on it for years so I can overcome and rise to my strengths and try to overcome some of my challenges. Because I've had a lifetime of this happening to me. And it's been very crippling, especially when it comes to health issues, financial issues, career issues. I'm not going to go into my personal details, but it has been extremely challenging. These points inside my personal chart touch me at very critical trigger degrees, okay? It's the same over here. It's the same here. And it's the same here. It's also the same here. Pretty much every aspect in this piece of astrodoodle, which is my interpretation of the astrological weather, It's hitting me on every freaking trigger point that I have to some degree or other. Sometimes it's pretty loose, 5, 10, 15 degrees. But that's still enough when you get all of this accumulated in one thing. The next aspect I want to point out, of course, is this aspect where we have the newborn energy of Jupiter and Saturn coming into Aquarius. It's very powerful. It's very stimulating energy. It's very different from the last few years of Jupiter and Saturn in Capricorn. And this energy happens to be clashing very, very acutely with the Uranus and Mars energy right now, okay? And it's very destabilizing. And in the destabilization, there are some amazing new things being exposed. It's like living a life wandering through deserts, oceans, mountains, forests, poverty, richness, ignorance, and you discover these amazing things that you always dreamed existed, but you never knew they existed, and now they're coming into existence. The possibility of new ways of conducting ourselves, challenging new, exciting ways of how we conduct ourselves in terms of value, how one person values another, and how one person values another, at the level of the individual, and at the level of the corporations, at the level of banks, the level of countries, the level of humans to animals, humans to nature, humans to water. It's very much to do with value and values. And so we're starting to realize, my God, fresh water is so valuable. Fresh air is so valuable. Good, clean, arable land is so valuable. Having lots of space and lots of room and lots of privacy is very valuable. Having really amazing telecommunications and transportation and the land that supports it all is very valuable. Having animals and plants and trees and minerals and resources, it's all extremely valuable. But it's all being shaken up right now because we're being asked, like, how do we determine value? How do you see value? What is it that you value? And I'm being shaken up by that. I really feel like I've been feeling very shaky all day. And it's for no particular reason, but this. When I saw the charts for today, I kind of went, oh my God, no wonder. I'm taking this very personally. I usually try to operate in such a way that, yeah, sure, I can handle this. Whatever the weather, I can give you a reading, I can do a report, whatever, fine. But right now, I'm taking it really personally. So, oh, hello, who's that? GGC, wait a minute. GGC, I recognize that little picture. It looks like the same person, but a different chat name. I wonder who that could be. Anyway, some of you might have noticed that there's actually a little bit of green on my chart today. I'm kind of pushing it with the degrees and the accuracy here, but the way I see it, for this moment in time, we have a beautiful piece of, let's say, safety or groundedness or reality checks. We've got the Virgo moon. We've got Uranus and Taurus. We've got all this Capricorn energy. That's super high-powered earthiness, stabilizing all the instability here. This is extremely unstable. This is extremely unstable. This is potentially violently unstable. And it's going to get amplified over the next few weeks, few months, okay? And luckily tonight we have this beautiful green triangle. This is my safety net. This is my anchor. This is my rock, my piece of granite. Because, strangely enough, I'm one of those people who was born with very little earth in my natal or solar chart. So that leaves me personally extremely vulnerable to things like this. Now, my brother, for example, he has a ton of this, okay? And I don't know if you've ever heard of James von Prague. He's one of the world's premier, certainly the most successful, one of the wealthiest, universally accepted psychic mediums. You don't see him much now. He had his glory days in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, but he's mostly retired now. But he was born like this. He was born to be able to handle astronomical, astrological earthquakes and survive and to be there for everybody else. So he has that, okay? It's that beautiful thing. So I am taking advantage of this moment in time and letting myself just say, you know what? I can't take this anymore. I can't handle it. I'm going to just rest. I'm going to be like a cat. I'm just going to be like a plant. I'm going to be like a tree. I'm just going to surrender to the fact that I am guided and I am protected. And I felt that I had to come and speak with everybody tonight, just to let you know that I'm still here. I felt like if I didn't show up, that would be a little weird. It would be a little bit disingenuous, dishonorable, and not very respectful of the viewers who do like to come here and share this thing that we have. So, yeah, this is where things are right now. I'm just going to check in with you personally. Give me a second here. Yeah, so I'm kind of in that kind of condition where everything I see or smell or hear or touch is making me very nervous and shaky and queasy in my tummy. It's very similar to someone who's very dear to me who is very susceptible to migraines. Now, I'm lucky I don't get migraines, but I've had very bad headaches and a lot of sickness in my life. And I know what it's like to feel sick and feel, let's say, victimized by circumstances and energies beyond my control. And this person, my heart goes out to her every time she has an episode because it's very, very debilitating. It makes your vision go crazy. It makes your hearing, it makes your brain go crazy. It makes you feel as though you are being destroyed inside your brain by fire, by electricity, by pressure. And nothing can heal it except to turn off the lights, turn off all the sound, stay away from people, no alcohol, no caffeine, just lots of water and rest, and then pray, and then wait, and that's it, okay? So I'm feeling probably what it might feel like to be how she feels when she's heavily buffeted by circumstances, okay? I am well shielded. Thank you, Robin. Please shield. I do a lot of shielding. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm going to show you a couple of my invisible friends tonight because they're very close by. I might as well just show you. Hello, Mr. Ross. Good evening. Right now, tonight, I have this little invisible friend. He's been sitting very close by to the stage to make sure everything's okay. Okay, so there you go. Hello. Hello. Don't worry about T.O. He's fine. He's just surrendering to that which is what I would have recommended he do anyway. Yes, you might think he's being a bit of a wimp, but he's acting under my advice as one of his invisible friends. Let me introduce you to another one. Okay. This little fellow here. Hello. This little fellow here has been at my side for approximately 9 months now. And is just here. This little one is sort of like a shock absorber, like a messenger that just kind of is like a weather vane, has alerts, and just keeps an eye on me, and doesn't really do anything except that there's a presence. You know what it's like to know that you have a companion. That's really kind of all that's going on here. It doesn't look like much. They're very, very sensitive, very passive, very gentle, very simple, and they care about me. Okay. Okay. So, well, let me see. Where's my other one? Where's my other one? I can't find them. Anyway, that's a couple of them. And I'm so glad they're here. I'm kind of kidding, but, you know, anyway, we are guided, like, you know how, I have these like a little small collection of chants and things that I like to share with people and clients when I do private readings and things like that. And I've been doing it all day, secretly, privately to myself. One of the ones that I've been saying over and over to myself is that I am guided and I am protected. And then I kind of hum the lyrics to the song to myself. And then I remind myself that yes, I am guided and I am protected, and I'm extremely fortunate in that way because I realize it. I'm very, very lucky to be aware that I am guided and protected. Even in the worst of times, when you feel that there is no hope and there's nothing, I know deep down when it comes to the absolute bedrock of misery and pain and destruction, I know for a fact that I am guided and I am protected. Sometimes I forget, like when you're on a roll, when you're having a good time, when things seem to be moving smoothly, you can forget that you are guided and protected. You can forget that, there are hard times and that there are challenges. It's easy to do. Sometimes you need a reminder. Sometimes I need a reminder because that's kind of the only thing that keeps me alive in many ways is that I trust in that I am guided and that I'm protected. Another little chant that I've been using all day is this one. It's about me as a male person. It goes like, I'm a very lucky man. I'm a very wealthy man. I'm a very happy man. I'm a very blessed man. I'm also very loving and I am very loved. And I see that as evidence in my life and my world. It's very simple, but you have to own it first. Okay? Those are that's what I've been doing kind of all day long. I've had conversations with a few dear friends, basically to get me through the day and help me to forget the stresses that I'm dealing with personally. And it's worked very well, but I cannot deny the degree of stress and sensitivity that I'm feeling right now. And it wouldn't be fair for me to put myself through a traditional show that we do on Sunday nights. So I thought I would just hang out here for the evening. And if anybody wants... Hello, Maria. I just saw you there. And... Gee... Wait a minute. So I'm just checking in right now. I'm just trying to be friendly and provide a little... like a campfire type evening scenario where people can hang out for a little while as we figure out our lives and the next steps where we're going from here. So I'm going to go look at the chat for a minute. Check in with you guys. Hello, Gregory. Hello, Path Traveler. Hello, Robin. Please shield. I know how to shield. I know how to shield myself from very, very, I would say, satanic energies. But in order for me to function, sometimes I have to remain extremely open and extremely, let's say, vulnerable. So it's kind of a balancing act. How do you operate as a psychic or a medium or a tarot reader or as an astrologer or some kind of remote energy healer. How do you do that without having a massive gateway, a massive portal, a massive pipeline to heaven, and then bring that down to earth? When you open up that gateway, when you open up that pipeline, it's extremely, let's say, permeable. And it's very easy for unwelcome energy to enter that pipeline. And sometimes I forget. And then I become exposed to very unhealthy energy. And then I have to try and heal myself. And like tonight, right now, I'm very aware that by keeping myself very, very open, the way I like to do, is going to make me, I would say, too exposed, so I can't handle it. So I'm just going to check in and chat and hang out and try and soothe my body and stop my body from shaking and being scared. Hello, Necessary Truths. Hello, Lena. Thank you. And hello, Path. Okay. And let me say, I always said hello. There's Robin. There's Maria. Maria has been here since the beginning of the channel. Gigi lives right up the street. Okay. I'm just going back and looking at some of your notes, GGC. I totally understand, and I am no stranger how it feels when the astrology is creating challenging aspects in your own chart. Whoa! So true. The attachment to either scenario, either party, like I described earlier with the American politics, will keep us in the matrix. Yes, I know exactly what you're saying, GGC. If you attach yourself to one side, it's like you're strangling yourself to a certain belief system, and the vice versa with the other side. And so what I'm trying to learn how to do is, how do we navigate? How do we go forward no matter what happens? Okay? Gigi says we are meant to deconstruct structures in order to rebuild. And at most times it needs to get worse in order to get better. Yay! I get it. GGC, that's me. Okay. And Path Traveler is saying, I think a lot of people are coming to clarity and what really matters in their life. Okay? Okay. I'm going to keep going. And Path Traveler is saying, actually, we would worry about you, TL, if you didn't say something. We're glad you came on just to share. Yeah, okay. So right now I feel like one of those invalids who's in a bit of a hospital bed. I'm not dead, I'm not doped up, and I'm not in crippling pain, but I'm very fragile at the moment. But I'm still open to visitors and hanging out. I should be horizontal right now. I should be, if I could figure out a way to spontaneously do this show horizontal without feeling too creepy, I would do it. Let's have a look. Ivona is saying, TL, Merkaba, look into that. Okay. Necessary Truth is saying, prayer helps, TL. The Eucharist, holy water. Maybe I should do that. Step into a little church and bless myself. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Let me go. Hold on. Necessary Truths come up with a good little perspective here. Let's all do this. Let's figure out how to move forward. Like the age-old quote, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Gregory Ross is saying, please take my donation as a New Year tip. Okay. Thank you, Gregory. I guess you went through the direct method like we do over here. Let me show everybody. Some people like to donate directly through PayPal or through their credit card on this yellow button here. It works very well, thank you. So let me go back over here again. Give me a second. So yeah, we're entering a very different paradigm right now. The Jupiter-Saturn aspects, if you're super hyper vulnerable like myself, if you're super sensitive to the energies like myself, you might be feeling things in your body, things that are perhaps very unsettling, very destabilizing. It can be very, very exciting, like you can feel like the energy of amazing, wonderful things, like with Jupiter in Aquarius. That's extremely inspiring regarding developments of new technologies, new ways for human beings to behave and treat each other and respect each other. And then there's the Saturn in Aquarius, which is saying, hold on everybody, excuse me. You can't just go out and do that just because you feel like it. You can't just go off and live in a humanitarian utopia just because you want to. I have some different ideas for you. You might want to consider the idea of complete totalitarianism, okay? And I will teach you how to do that, okay? That's one version of Saturn. The other version of Saturn in Aquarius is like, okay, how on earth are we going to manifest this Aquarian energy of what is good for the people, as opposed to what is good for the oligarchs, what is good for the kleptocracy, the corporatocracy, the globalists, all those folks who want to farm you and enslave you and deprive you. How are we going to deal with that? How are we going to manifest something that actually works for we the people? Well, we're just on the discovery of trying to figure out how that happens. Oh, hey, thank you, Necessary Truth. There's actually a little church down the street. It looks very, very, very plain and ordinary, and I might look in there. Also, up the street in the other direction, there are some temples for the, the Mormons. And they are very like strict Christian types. And there's other things around here. I haven't seen any Muslim mosques or anything. I haven't seen any kind of old-fashioned churches like they have back on the East Coast. I haven't seen any of that. Okay. Thank you, Necessary. Yeah, so I'm just going to get some water here. Hold on. I've already had 2 of these glasses today of water because I was feeling very parched. And sometimes you have to just, saturate yourself with water because water is so, so important. Thank you. Let's pretend that this water has been blessed. Okay, I'm going to share another little personal detail. One is that I've always been a very, very light sleeper because I'm kind of like a cat where the slightest sound, the slightest smell, the slightest disruption, the slightest shock tends to wake me. And I've always felt very hyper-driven to try and get up the next day and live my life the best that I can. Sometimes it's been very hard to do. And so recently over here, it's very, very quiet. It's very, very peaceful. There are some very nice neighbors nearby. And it has allowed me to have a healthier sleep habit where I'll go to bed at a reasonable time and then I'll sleep through to the morning. Now, the difference is that I have a good diet, well balanced, and I have sleep and rest, and I have exercise. I take my bicycle to the little cafe almost every day now, and it really keeps me in the vibes of good habits. And then during the night, I tend to get up anything from 1 to 2 to 3 times a night to have a pee break. And that's because I tend to drink quite a lot of water, so it's understandable. But every now and again, I have these magical nights where I sleep through and I don't get up once. And I wake up in the morning like, what the hell? Who am I? Where am I? What the? And I realize, oh my God, right. I'm in my new living conditions, my new place where I live, which is Las Vegas. Who would have guessed Terra Illumination would live in Las Vegas? But I do. It's very different from Los Angeles. As you know, I am decoupling from life in Los Angeles. Please chat amongst yourselves, by the way. I am literally here to help myself to stabilize and be calm, but I wanted to keep the chat very active and open so you guys can just hang out, because a lot of you are very much into this kind of support group with each other. But what I was trying to say is that there was a way that I used to live where I would go to sleep late and wake up early. And I would wake up very alert and ready to go, especially when I was working for like 20 years in the movie business and TV business. And I would have to get up early anyway and come back home late. So I was always fired up. And it takes a toll on you when you don't get enough sleep and you don't get enough peace and quiet. So I'm really enjoying the peace and quiet and good neighbors and a high degree of sense of safety and security. Back in Los Angeles, my dear friend Elizabeth, I just spoke to her early today. She just came out of the hospital after being locked up in a psych ward for 8 days because she was attacked by a stranger on the street. And she lives in a really good neighborhood. The thing is, Los Angeles is going crazy right now. And that's another reason I left. My apartment, there's criminals that jump the walls, break open the gates, break open the doors. And I get scared, my neighbors get scared. There's too many ambulances and gunshots and helicopters and sirens. And there's too many homeless people. It's very sad, it's very tragic, very scary. If you want to see what my neighborhood was like, you can go onto YouTube and watch a channel called German in Venice. And it's about this jovial German fellow who's staying in Venice right now. And he's making little YouTube videos. And it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying what's happening there. Also, I was in the grocery store here the other day. I bumped into a fellow in the checkout line. He was standing behind me, and he had a little hat on like mine, and it gave me a clue that he's from Los Angeles. And I said, "Hey, man, are you from L.A.?" And he said, yeah. And I went, "Oh, okay." And he was with his girlfriend, and I said, what happened, man? And he said, "I can't take it there. It's terrifying." He lived in a like a bit of a sketchy neighborhood, and he said he was scared for his life every day because there's so much violent crime, there's so much insanity, there's so much homelessness, there's so much poverty, and people are literally coming unraveled. The politicians, the taxes, everything is coming apart in Los Angeles. The businesses are collapsing. Unemployment is off the charts. Whole neighborhoods just completely shut down. It's very scary. That's another reason I left. And so I'm grateful for that. But again, I'm not used to so much peace and quiet. So it's a little bit weird. I've been really enjoying the peace and quiet and having a lot of privacy and quiet time and safety and security and some sleep. But by nature, I'm still programmed to normally just go, "What was that? What was that? What was that?" Or do I have to call 911? But I don't have to do that here. Of course there's risks here. Of course there's problems here, just like everywhere on Earth right now. Okay, if you guys are going to give readings to each other, go ahead and do that. You can pull cards and all of that stuff. Necessary Truth is here. So, you know, she gets pretty fired up sometimes. And she might spontaneously tune into someone. Who knows? Oh, and so... yeah, I've been enjoying sleep. And it was brought to my attention that it's like I was questioned, like, hey, Tio, when you sleep, do you lie down, curl up, or turn on, what do you do? Do you happen to lie down on your back, put your arms over your heart, and close your eyes, and then you fall asleep in about 10 minutes? And I said, funny you should ask that, because, yes, that's pretty much what happens now. I'm not normally that way. Normally I'm on one side, then another side, another side, another side, tummy this, tummy that way, until I eventually just conk out. But lately I've been able to sleep just by creating habits, creating good habits that are available to me in terms of my circumstances now. So it's an amazing thing to get some sleep and to feel safe and to feel comfortable and to feel guided and to feel protected, even though physiologically I'm absolutely freaking out, scared inside of myself. But the good thing is that I'm aware of it, and I am treating myself accordingly. I am trying to do the best thing I can right now in terms of healing myself. I am healing, I am healed. Doing this little thing right now with you guys is part of my self-healing regimen. Okay? Let's have a look. What else is going on over there? Let's have a look. So, everybody, if you've got anything you want to share, please do so. If anyone has any oddball questions that they want to put out there, I'm going to make myself available for at least another half an hour or so. I don't know how much energy I'm going to have left, but I'm enjoying being here right now. I can feel some of my nerves are burning off. Thank you. And Necessary Truth. What was that? No, what about the woman with blonde hair? She should write a book. She's excellent. Anyway, okay, sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Maria is saying, I'm just going to go back to the notes there. I saw something about Maria. Give me a second here. Maria says here, I'm also feeling extremely wobbly and emotional today. Usually not at all me. Triple air. Okay, Maria, if you've got a triple air in any sign right now, it might be that with this, the Gemini North Node, for example, is very active right now. It's extremely activated right now. Gemini is an air sign. The Gemini North Node and the Gemini energy in general is being directly opposed by the Sagittarius energy right now. Okay, I think we have Venus in Sagittarius, for example. So that's a sort of a trigger. Also, we have Jupiter and Saturn both very tightly together, conjoined in Aquarius right now. So that is triggering a lot of energy for air sign people. And the Libra energy is a little quiet right now, but if you do have prominent Libra aspects, then that could be stimulated as well. So any of that, Maria, it would be very easy. As you know, I love to blame it on the planets. So for a triple air, I can see how you might be getting essentially like overstimulated. The Jupiter-Saturn energy is very powerful in Aquarius right now. It's in the 1 degree mark, okay? So that's like the energy of a newborn baby screaming and yelling and crying one moment and then falling asleep the next moment. And then laughing and laughing its head off at the moment for no reason. And then it pees everywhere for no reason. And then it poops everywhere for no reason. It doesn't know what it is. It's still very, very, very new. And sometimes that's hard to deal with. Anything that comes in the 0 degree to 1 degree mark, it can be like really strong but hard to control or understand or manage. It's also the same at the 29.5 degree mark as a planet is leaving one sign and going into another. Okay. Robin is just saying, what's that? I just saw that. Oh, wait a minute. I missed something. There's a lot of chat happening right now really quickly. I'm not going fast enough. All kinds of love coming at you, TL. Thank you, Robin. Path Traveler saying, some of that might be what I call aftershocks. After a lot of stress, you cope, and then afterwards, your body just goes through the release. That's very, very true. That subject is dealt with very, very effectively in a book called Waking the Tiger. I don't know if it's very unlikely that you've heard it or read about it, but it deals exactly with that subject path, about the aftershocks of trauma, facing death, facing crisis, and then how do you decompress afterwards. In the animal world, there's a lot of shaking that happens, okay? And so that is the theme. How do you decompress after the stress? Lena's saying, if you need to talk, you know what to do. I'm doing a lot of healing too. That's poetry, Lena. Of course, you're a songwriter, so you would know. Robin is saying, I met with and I was blessed by the water shaman who assisted my last Akashic journey. There you go, water. Path Traveler, Nikki, no, there is one about another bill that you're going. I missed that. Hello, Karen, over there in New Zealand. Yeah. Hello, Melissa. Did I say like, okay, sometimes, when the chat comes out, it's disconnected from one person's thread of conversation to another person's thread of conversation. Melissa, Karen is saying, by the way, Melissa, singing is good for clearing the throat chakra. Have you ever tried car karaoke? Carpool karaoke. Yeah, exactly. See, look at the healers that we have here tonight. Necessary Truth is a psychic medium and a healer. Robin's Realm is a healer. Look at that. A Reiki master who clears auric fields and helps you rebuild your own. Melissa's not a big singer. What about musical instruments? Yeah. Path finds that she is, during a stressful time, she's very, very strong. And it's afterwards that her body takes a toll for it. Never during. Okay, got it. I get it. Hello, Ivana. Supplement with iodide. Crystals and supplement iodide. Okay. Thank you, Lena. Big hugs. I'm assuming I'm just going to take it. It's my show. It's my chat. It's my chat room. I'm going to say that Lena is sending me a big hug. Even if you're sending it to someone else, I'm going to take it as mine, and I'll share it, okay? Thank you. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm catching up with the chat a little bit here. That's better. I'm catching up now. Whew, scary stuff, people. Well, I don't want to scare everybody. Let me go back over here. I'm not trying to scare everybody, but, I've been doing this for a long time. and I'm still going to do it. But every now and again, just imagine I'm like a weatherman on the Weather Channel. I don't know if you watch, there's one thing that I like to watch, which is weather.com, where it's very comprehensive, it's global, you can get anything in the world anywhere. And sometimes those Weather Channel hosts, they get very personal. Some of them are actually like storm chasers. They actually go out there and they face this stuff. So it's like here on Terra Illumination, it's like, excuse me, on Terra Illumination, this is the same thing as like watching the Weather Channel. And I happen to be just, out there. I'm like a weather vane. I'm like a sensor. I'm like a storm chaser. But it would be like I'm going out there. I'm out here right now. This is happening right now on planet Earth. And it's really shaking things up for me. But I know that I am guided and that I am protected. So we're good. And I will come out the other side, just like Path Traveler. I'm actually struggling right now, but I know I'm going to be okay. I know that. Yeah. So, all this stuff that's happening right now, it's affecting different people in different ways. More water, please. Oh, let me tell you something about Lena. Lena was chatting with me, and she said, hey, TL, go to XYZ radio station on, what was it, Friday night? I can't remember. Whatever it was. And listen. And I actually missed the meeting because I had a kind of like mini emergency. But she recorded it anyway. And what happened is that one of these DJs, I think it was up in Chicago or up in America, somewhere over here. Lena has a friend somewhere over here who runs a radio station, and they played the Terra Illumination song called Taste Your Dreams. So I was very, very proud of that. Yeah. So I'm trying to stay, on my Wednesday show, I make it pretty clear about my opinions and my feelings and where I stand. And I have to admit, who was it who said that? Was it Melissa who said that if you choose sides, you're deliberately strapping yourself into the matrix? Now, when we're doing a show like this, I'm not really on any side. I'm kind of in a neutral vibration. But in my day-to-day life, I have to admit that I'm a certain person with a certain way. And so I lean to one side. So I started voicing my opinions. And it led me to voice some of the very scary things that I see. But I don't want to terrify people. I just want to wake people up. And then you make your own choices. You do your own homework. You do your own research. You can figure out who you are, where do you stand, what do you believe, what do you think is fake, what do you think is true, and so on and so on. And so right now, I am feeling this. Okay, in the last few days, it's been very personal for me because we had the moon in Cancer. We had that huge full moon. Then we had the moon in Leo. This triggered me a lot. The full moon triggered me a lot. I could feel my frequencies shaking more and more and more. Then the moon went into Leo last day or so. And that was at some point in hard opposition to all this, Aquarius. That really shook me. The moon is in Virgo here right now. So this is like a safety zone for me. So I felt very, very, very soothed. But one of the things that I also have in my personal chart is some very critical degree alignments that make me resonate very strongly and closely to the energy of the United States. As if I was part of the organisms or part of the, if I was like a vital organ to this entity called the United States. You know, if you think of this as a person, I feel very, very deeply connected to this thing. And I love this thing. It's an amazing thing, and it's not like anywhere else on Earth. Everywhere else on Earth has different operating systems of some kind. We have one over here that is unique to the rest of the world in that we have certain things that are enshrined in our so-called Constitution, which is just a belief system. And I like it, but it is under extreme pressure right now because there are other belief systems that have become very, very effective and very, very powerful that are trying to destroy this. And they're trying to destroy this. Okay, they're trying to destroy this. And it is totally deliberate. It's part of a master plan. And so I am feeling it and taking it very, very personally because I don't want to go down. I don't want this to go down. I don't want to go down personally. So I am feeling it. I'm feeling very frightened. I'm feeling very threatened. I'm feeling very vulnerable, very fragile, as if this could go down. So what happens in the event that this goes down? I don't know. What happens in the event that we protect and defend this? I don't know. But it's happening. I guarantee it is happening. Everywhere in the world knows it. Everywhere, and frankly, everywhere else in the world is more aware of it than most Americans are aware of it. Because the United States is being saturated and flooded with, I would say, misinformation and distractions and propaganda, so that the average for millions of America are not aware that they're getting played, that they're being infected and undermined and compromised to the point of disability and a total loss, literally a total loss. I feel it very personally, but there's tens of millions of people here who are completely unaware. They are more vulnerable. Even though I am suffering personally right now, I'm glad that I'm aware and I'm going to do something about it. I don't know what, but I'm going to do something. So I take this very, very personally. And it just happens that this here is affecting this in a very, very powerful way, as though this is a person. Okay? This organism here, which has an operating system, a code system, a belief system, a soul, just like a human being, this thing that I love is extremely diseased right now. It's very sick. It's very fragile. Also, there's a part of it that is very healthy and very resistant. It actually has a very, very, very powerful immune system here. If you think of this as an organism, this thing has an incredibly powerful immune system. And that immune system is being activated right now, like with massive red flashing lights, like dan, 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 dan. Emergency, emergency, red alert, red alert. In distress, in distress, in distress. What do we do now? Prepare, prepare, prepare. Do what we have to do, okay? So that's kind of what is happening. I'm taking this very personally because this is impacting this very personally. So I'm feeling this as though I am this. There's a part of me which is very aware of the America that is vulnerable and getting played. And there's also a part of me which is very aware of the very powerful immune system that we have, okay? Yeah. Take care, Robin. You gotta go, you gotta go. Yeah, so you guys have probably figured out I'm not doing a reading tonight. I'm not doing readings. Thank you for your companionship, your support all these years. Some of you have been visiting, hanging out with me for years. Some of you from all over the world. We've had connections. Lena is over here. Karen is over here right now. Most of us are over here. But we've had visitors from here, 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 Philippines over here, here, here. Heather is up here in Canada, for example. Okay? So, you know, we get around. We get around. Oh, we've also had visitors from here. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up, folks. I'm just going to have a very, very gentle, quiet, personal evening. And I'm going to really do almost nothing. I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to do pretty much nothing. I'm not just going to shut it down. I'm going to just put on some little bit of background here. So if anyone wants to hang out for a bit and chat amongst yourselves, you can do so. And eventually I'll just shut things down. But I'm checking out now, okay? So I'm going to put on some, hopefully what I will be some kind of peaceful music. And go from there. Oh, actually, I could, well, actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to play a little Tarot Lumination song, I Am Guided, I Am Protected. Okay, that's one thing I could do, just to cheer myself. I'm doing that to cheer myself up, frankly. And, okay, here it goes. The computers and screens and the monitor lights blinked on for a moment.
I am guided, I am protected. 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 When the light of hope it fades, when all faith is blown away, when all sense of trust goes down, when a smile turns into frown, when it feels there's no relief, nothing in which to believe, desperate in woe and grief, angels come reminding me, I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected. Angels gather close to me, show me what I cannot see. Angels take me by the hand, lift me when I cannot stand. Angels lead me through the dark, soothe and tend a broken heart, laughing at the circumstance, crying while we sing and dance. I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. I got a typo. This is gonna, hopefully that will come up and that can be for necessary truth. See how that plays out. And this is like two songs in one. I actually wrote it for my mother when she was passing away.
Let's dissolve our pain and get out of danger. Heal all the wounds and cure all the anger. I'll be the doctor, you be the patient. Here is your medicine, I'll help you take it. No, it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. It wipes out the fear and makes you live longer. It's not a lotion, it's no magic potion. It's just a dose of love in the moment. I'll watch you while you're lying there, while your eyes are closed and your heart is bare. Perfectly still, but still aware. And I'm right here because I care, because I care. Holding your hand, I know you can feel me. I'll talk in a whisper, I know you can hear me. When you awaken, when we are conscious, totally healed and cured, just watch this. No more weeping, no more sadness. Gone is the fighting, gone is the madness. We can choose to become alive, or just disappear, or become survivors. I'll watch you while you're lying there, while your eyes are closed and your heart is bare. Perfectly still, but still aware. And I'm right here because I care, because I care. We're not gonna let you go down in flames. No, no, no. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do this right. Because I care. become survivors. I'll watch you while you're lying there. Na 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 na. While your eyes are closed and your heart is bare. Na 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 na. Perfectly still, but still aware. And I'm right here because I care. Because I care. Na 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 It's just a dose of love in the moment. I'll watch you while you're lying there. Na 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 na. While your eyes are closed and your heart is bare. Na 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 na. Perfectly still, but still aware. And I'm right here because I care. Because I care. Na 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 na
well. My T cells are fighting well. My T cells are fighting well. My T
simple miracle. If you wish, you can have one right away. All you need is some faith, is the will. Ask for it, and it will come to you today. Hey, hey, I want you to be oh so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah, I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Yeah. Na da 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 da, na da 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 da. La da 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 da, da 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 da. And if you wish to be in a state of grace, ask for it, and it will meet you face to face. And if you wish, if you dare to dream, you will find that it's easier than it seems. Hey, hey, I want you to be oh so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah, I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Yeah. Oh. Da 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 ba da 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 la da 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 la da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da. So happy, yeah. I want you to be your higher self, yeah, yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams today.
Okay, I was just trying to look for another song that I wanted to play. Damn it, I can't find it. I don't know why it's not coming up. Maybe if I do it in lowercase I. Let me just see. No, that's not going to work either. It might be. Here it is. Oh, I think this is it. Sounds like this. So, I hope you guys liked that. I'm going to wrap it up with another piece of song from Terra Illumination. And it's called Through the Ether. See if I can find it here. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Through the ether. Laying up and around in our mountains, in our seas and our forests, with all of our stones, exploring one another, pushing our boundaries like new lovers. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me, and you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything is gonna be okay, that you're holding my hand all the way. Our innocence is becoming so apparent in our magnificence at the same time too. With your permissions and our shared ambition, we get the chance to discover our own truths. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me, and you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything is gonna be okay, that you're holding my hand all the way, that you're holding my hand all the way, holding my hand all the way, holding my hand all the way.
I'm going to wrap it up, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with me all this time. We'll do this again very soon.